In her essay, Men Explain Things to Me, Rebecca Solnit explores the phenomenon of men explaining things to women, often in a condescending or patronizing manner, as if they are not capable of understanding the subject matter on their own. Solnit argues that this behavior is not only frustrating, but also reflects a deeper power imbalance between the sexes. She draws on personal experiences and observations, as well as historical and cultural examples, to illustrate her point. The essay begins with an anecdote about a man explaining to Solnit, at length, how she should properly hold a book. This incident serves as a metaphor for the larger issue of men explaining things to women, often in situations where they are not actually asking for help or guidance. Solnit notes that this behavior is not limited to any particular context, but rather permeates all aspects of society, from the workplace to social gatherings. One of the key points Solnit makes is that this pattern of explanation is not simply about sharing information. It is about maintaining power and control. She cites the example of the famous American painter Arshil Gorky, who was constantly dismissed and patronized by his male contemporaries, despite being a talented artist. Gorky's story highlights how men often use their ability to explain things as a way to assert their dominance and maintain their status within a hierarchy. Solnit also discusses the role of language in perpetuating this dynamic. She notes that the very words we use to describe certain situations can reinforce the power imbalance between men and women. For instance, the phrase man-made is often used to describe something artificial or contrived, as if women are incapable of creating or contributing to such things. Similarly, the word victim is often used to describe women who have experienced violence or oppression, implying that they are passive and helpless. In addition to personal anecdotes and cultural analysis, Solnit also draws on historical examples to illustrate her point. She discusses the role of women in the suffrage movement, pointing out that many men at the time dismissed the efforts of women activists as mere emotionalism or hysteria. This dismissal, she argues, was a way for men to maintain control over the political process and preserve their own power. Solnit also discusses the role of technology in shaping this dynamic. She notes that the invention of the printing press, for instance, allowed ideas to spread more widely and effectively, but also gave men a powerful tool for controlling the dissemination of information. As a result, women's voices were often silenced or marginalized throughout history. Throughout the essay, Solnit emphasizes the importance of recognizing and challenging this pattern of explanation. She encourages women to speak up and assert their own understanding, even when it goes against the prevailing narrative. She also urges men to listen more carefully and consider the perspectives of women, rather than automatically assuming they need to be explained things. In conclusion, Men Explain Things to Me is a thought-provoking exploration of the power dynamics at play when men explain things to women. Through personal anecdotes, historical analysis, and cultural criticism, Rebecca Solnit expertly illustrates the ways in which this behavior reflects a deeper power imbalance between the sexes. By raising awareness of these issues, she challenges readers to question their own assumptions and work towards a more equitable society where everyone's voices are heard and respected.